Let's see. Okay. There we go. Okay, you guys. Thanks for coming back to LRGA Curves. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Set this goal. Pin. Okay. Let's see. So we're going to play this real quick. This is the butterfly tour, and the keynote speaker is none other than our Olandria Carthen of Nicolandria Van Carthen, right? So we just watched Nick and Jeremiah at the sweet. I'm thinking about Sweet Greens. They got so many S's. We just watched Nick and Jeremiah at the Snapchat conference. And the same day he was doing that conference, she's doing a keynote conference for the butterfly tour. Okay? So we are going to watch, learn, and listen with Olandria.
To have a little chit chat, a little girl talk. Yeah, we will get into it. Yeah. But without further ado, the moment you have been waiting for, I'm excited to welcome the one, the only lifestyle media personality, the icon herself.
Hey, Gigi. And the crowd goes wild.
Today. We gotta give her talk. We're ready. We're ready. We're gonna have a little girls talk. All right. So we are, as you know, the Baddie Besties podcast. I'm your girl Samira. I go by her, she. And this is my bestie here. You know, my name is Elisa Silva. Baddie Besties number 2. And you know, we have our girl. They don't need an intro, and they know who you are, but just let them know. Give them a reminder. Hi guys. I'm Olandria. Thank you so much for being here tonight at the second stop on the butterfly tour. We are so excited and blessed to have you. And I know everyone here is on the edge of their seats, waiting and ready for this conversation tonight. So I think we are waiting and we're right here. Okay.
Share the video out and tap the screen, you guys. This is going to be good.
You left the villa 3 months ago, and I feel like this is such a blessing to be here today with everyone. But
like the video on YouTube. Say something in the comments. It puts us in the algorithm.
From all of you, and which I love. I have an amazing team behind me that I built brick by brick. I know people was like, oh, she get a team. I'm like, girl, I got this. Wait a minute, let me cook.
Let me cook.
And I've been eating real good. For sure, you pretty much perfection. So. So a lot of the support from all of for you, my team, my family, my friends. Like, that's what's been keeping me grounded through this whole thing. Because obviously coming out, I was not a content creator prior to this. I was a regular 9-to-5 girly with a big...
Not a regular.
Well, I'm trying to be humble here. But just coming out to like this huge platform with over 2 million followers, like, okay, what do I do with it now? I know I did not want to mess it up. Had to be very strategic with how I move forward. I think I'm doing a really, really good job so far. So, yeah.
I actually want to go into it a little bit, just a little follow-up, because you mentioned that you were cooking and everyone was worried, but you took a pause and you're making your team. So I just want to hear the importance of like pausing. I know everyone is trying to get the next job, they're trying to get the internship, but the fact that you took your time, and I just want to hear more about that. What does that mean for the girls today that are trying to get there?
Yes. So obviously, like with all that momentum that comes with the post-villa life, taking a pause is actually a big risk. You know what I mean? Because people's like, "Wait, you're worried about it, not posting out this." I'm like, I get that this might be a risk, but I'm like, this is a risk that I'm willing to take. Because I'm thinking about the long game. I'm not trying to be famous for 15 minutes. I want to look down 20, 15, whatever years prior, you know what I'm saying? Like long term down the road, be like, you know what, I'm still living off this very, very moment right now. So I'm trying to be very strategic. So it's like when it comes to things like that, think about what you want your life to look like within the next 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. And take your time to actually strategically plan that with the right people behind you to be able to put that dream in motion. You get what I'm saying? Don't step out and take the first offer that's given to you, or take the first person that's willing to help you. Like, bring them all in, like, you know what, do I see this person really working for me or really helping me get to where I need to be? Take your time, take notes, and try to interview everybody. I interviewed everybody.
Really?
And I was like, this is what I want my life to look like. How are you willing to step into this space and help me get there? Let me see how what that plan looks like to you.
Wow.
And I finally found my match, and she's doing one hell of a job. Shout out to Amanda.
I love that's absolutely amazing, and I think preparing and trusting your intuition, right, and even trusting God that He has a plan, and taking your time, taking the pause. I know the girlies out here, we don't be pausing. We need to take a second just to, recuperate, right? So, and you did mention your friends and family being a really big support for you, and I know I have my bestie right here, your bestie. I want to hear about the role that female friendships have had in your life so far, and how you have maintained these friendships as you've grown up and going through your journey.
No, for sure. So friendships mean the world to me. My very first best friend, I met her in first grade back in 2005. We're still friends, 20-year friendship right there. I don't play about her, she don't play about me. I met her, but it's so funny because I met these girls at different phases of my life. Obviously, you have your childhood bestie. I met my other bestie in middle school. You go through puberty, you become a woman, you feel a little weird. What's going on with us? You know what I mean? So I met her then. I met another bestie in high school, another one in college, and post-grad. Like, we moved to Houston, connecting with a girl that actually is from around the same city as me, and kind of just went through that phase of life with her. So it's like every single friend that I have, I met them in a different phase of my life. So they know different parts of me, you know what I mean? Some watch me grow from a kid, some met me in adulthood. They all experienced different phases of me. So I appreciate them. Literally while I was gone, one bestie, she ran my account. Like, I love her. That's what she called y'all. She did an amazing job. My friends even made a professional email for me for brands to contact me while I was in the villa. They were emailing them back to keep them like, hey, she's gonna respond, she's doing this, she's doing that. Handling all of that.
Wow.
Came back to an inbox with over thousands and thousands of brand partnerships. All of that was set up. So as soon as I got my manager was like, here's my inbox. Do what you gotta do. So like my friends literally set me up for success.
Wow.
All these brand partnerships you see like getting like out the gate, they did that because you know what I mean? Like they set that email up for me. My besties responded to my DMs from while I was away. They wanted to see me win. One thing about it, even prior to this life, they would get on me, man, you need to post on TikTok. Get us on the hood, girl. Do this, do that, do this. On my Instagram, like, oh, you need to archive this picture. This just doesn't flow with your algorithm, with your page. They've been on me. One thing about it, they never wanted to step into my spotlight. They're like, no, we're back. We're the background, but this is all for you. That's one thing about it. Get people in your corner that wants to see you win, not someone who want to be in competition with you. That's not your friend.
That is not your friend.
That's not your friend. Is she talking about Shelly?
We do talk about that. You know, my bestie here, we're locked in, so that's you said it correctly.
Oh, for sure.
And there's enough room for everybody to eat.
That's what I said.
Eating real good. Like, hold on, slow your roll. But they gonna be eating real good. One thing about it, I'm all about loyalty. You got me, I got you forever. And I made that. I'm staying like
You heard it. You heard it first.
Yeah, I think that was a Shelly thing. It's not forever.
You stepped into the spotlight, you know, right after, and we would say people.
No, it
don't
doesn't have to be. I'm sorry, you
perception
guys.
of
I'm not gonna
right,
start.
outside of the villa. So how is it when people don't really know the real Olandria?
it was tough because obviously coming out to this huge platform, obviously you see these things like you want to say something like, oh girl, what you talking about? You know what I mean? But it's like, let me rephrase that, okay? It was hard coming out because like I know who I am, my friends know who I am, my family know who I am. So coming out to everyone on the internet speaking for you or who they think you are just because they saw what 30 episodes. I'm like, okay, that's cute, but no, that's not. You know what I'm saying? So it was tough, but I have to keep reminding myself in those moments. I have to just continue to stay grounded and just drown out the outside noise. Because obviously you got your internal voices that stand on these things, but the world is even louder because it's way more than just you. It's so many people with all these different opinions talking about you, don't even know what they're talking about. So I have to keep reminding myself, you know what? You know who you are. Don't let the world tell you who you are. You get what I'm saying?
I mean,
and
you held yourself with grace.
You did.
Oh, for sure.
Yes,
Grace,
grace.
girl. The epitome of grace.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. It took a while to get there. I wasn't always that graceful, but I'm so appreciative that that's where I am now, and I'm able to show other young women. You don't have to show your behind or crash out or do whatever. Just be graceful. One thing I learned, there is so much power in silence. You will be so surprised, so amazed on how fast you will take somebody out by not giving them that same energy back. One thing about me, I always said, I always allow my success to be my official clap back, and that keeps them up every
You might have to say it again. I want to, hear a little bit about self-trust, right? And how you navigate trusting yourself with all this outside noise that's going on. How did you get to that point where you could really feel, like you can trust yourself and how you feel and how you want to move in your decisions?
Yeah, so one thing about me, like as far as like the post-villa life, I stay grounded in my practices. I continue to journal, maybe do a quick little walk, listen to my gospel playlist or R&B playlist, and just
You got a song for that?
Which one?
You got a song for them that like your go-to song?
Honestly, I keep my playlist on shuffle because it eats down. Hello. All of them on beat, so it's not really a specific go-to song.
I'm gonna need a gospel playlist. I love playing.
Oh, girl, I listen to it on my ear. I remember every morning I start my day off with a little bit of gospel. Like, that's who got me here. I would never stray away from that. One thing you heard me here, how successful I get, how much money I touch, I never strayed away from what got me here. So, and I guess it's like dealing with the post-villa life, like staying out in my practices to kind of help calm my mind when I'm feeling like a little out of whack. But another thing, just separating, I guess, projection from actual, like, let me see, how can I put this? What's the word? People, I came out to a whole bunch of opinions and all that, and obviously I love constructive criticism, which that's just from like projection. Some people project their fears onto you, like, no, you shouldn't do that, because this might happen. I'm like, well, I'm not scared to take a risk. I took a risk and that got me here. You know what I mean? So you gotta kind of separate people projecting their fears onto you, which kind of makes you scared to move in your own like way. Which I've been doing an amazing job of like blocking out the noise, kind of taking, I guess, those certain advice that people be giving me. It kind of like highlight the blind spots in my own career that I didn't quite see at first. Like, you know what? That's a good take. Like, this is my manager, what she thinks. But I'm not moving on what you're saying. I'm like, you know what?
We're taking it with a grain of salt.
Exactly. And you know what I mean? Like, that has gotten me really, really far too. Like I said, it kind of highlights blind spots in my career.
Yeah, this is on the Nicolandria Core Girls page. Let me see.
Thank you, but I don't need the fake, because you know what I mean?
Girl, I know what you mean. I definitely feel like there's a difference, right, between projections and truth, and I think it's also vision, right? I know that you have a vision for yourself, and there's a vision that God
This is where we're streaming it right now, you guys.
Some people who may be scared.
Go follow these girls, Kin, Yiva, and Ugona. Let's get them up to 1,000 subscribers so they can get monetized for bringing us this good content.
Absolutely. It's new for me. I don't need none of that. It's nothing. The world always looking to break women down anyway. It's like, don't do that. Don't do that. And one thing about me, regardless of how people feel about me and what things they say about me, is like, you know what? I'm gonna pray for that person. And I pray that God, you know what I'm saying, help you in some type of way, but me, and I don't like that. It's like, you know what? I'm just be quiet and pray for you in silence. So you'll never see me tearing down a woman. I don't get why that's a thing, you know what I mean? Regardless of who you are, where you come from, what background you're from, I don't play about tearing a woman down. You'll never catch me doing that. Even if they're doing that to me, I'm like, you know what? I'm praying for you. You lost.
She's giving Michelle Obama. Because we have to say during the villa, we were Delulu till it's Trulu.
Delulu till it's Trulu. No problem, Cool Shay. I hope you liked this video after you got what you needed. I hope you gave me a couple of likes or something. Thanks a lot.
I'd like to have so much support from your fans for your relationship with Meg. It's been a beautiful sight for us, and I know for everyone here. But
thank you.
No, for sure. The support was overwhelming. It still is. I'm like, oh my gosh, these people are so amazing. Just even with our little speaking panels today, it seemed like
Just a second.
The hashtag already trending. They're always finding ways to support us and push us to the top. And I've never seen such a fandom like this. I'm like, I am so blessed to have these people. I'm constantly always telling them like how much I love them and appreciate them. I don't really think their words can really put into perspective how I really feel. To be in this position, to have this amazing platform, and to see so many people from different backgrounds rallying behind me and make what they do, it's such a beautiful. I just have chills under this. And what world has this ever really happened? I've never seen such thing like this. And the thing is, one thing about my family, they always prioritize me, like us. You know what I mean? Like they always prioritize us over anything else, over the drama, over anything. One thing about it, okay, Olandria didn't doing this. Okay, we're gonna prioritize this. We're focusing on this. These are hashtags. This. I've never seen such a powerful fandom the way this one works for us, and it's such a amazing.
They gonna make sure you get paid.
Oh, yeah. Oh my goodness, like this support, like if only I knew I had this much support while away on the show, like I would have had much better days. But I know now, and I kind of just take that with me, trying all the noise.
Yeah, I know there's a couple first gen girlies here, so I just shout out. So I just want to maybe we could give a word for them. They're new, they're the first ones to go to college. You know, we were the first to go to Boston College, so we know what it's like. I'm just curious to hear to the girls that are listening today, what advice would you give to them?
That's tough. Keep going. Always remember your why. I know it's been times in my journey where I felt like, why am I even doing this? You get what I'm saying? Like, because it was so tough for me. I was the first person in my family to go to college. I didn't really know the ropes. I had to figure all that stuff out.
I figure out fast.
Literally. So like, honestly, just remember your why. In the moments that you feel like you want to give up, remember why you're there. Like I said in the past, I feel like I have more moments that I feel like I have more reasons to give up than to keep going. Remember why you're there. Whether you got siblings looking up to you, even in my case, I had parents. My parents looked up to me like, dang, girl, like, you're doing it. We didn't get a chance to do it, but you're doing it. So continue to show us the way of life, and obviously with your siblings and things like that.
Now you're giving me chills.
I'm sorry. But this is real life stuff. Even when I was in college, it's so crazy because obviously me being first gen, coming from a single parent household, paying for college, oh my goodness, like, wow.
It's crazy.
I got so creative, you know, and I don't never call myself broke. I always say I'm in between blessings, but child, when you broke, you be creative.
All on a budget, I had to call. You gotta make something.
Let me tell you, it's been time. I used to hate going home on Christmas break. I thought I would be on break forever. And I'm like, how, and it, mind you, it was like $2 or $3 grand. And now that's nothing to me. I'm like, oh, here. But it's like, back then it's like, how am I supposed to come up with this? How am I supposed to come up with this? Literally, y'all, I would like write letters. I would print out my, what is it with the grades? Oh,
your transcript.
Transcript. I'll print out my balance. I'll write a note like, hey, I'm on Olandria. generation Carthen, I'm from Macon, Alabama, first generation college student, here's my grade, here's my student ID number, here's the number to the bursars. All I need is a chance. I want to get my degree. No one in my family is able to do this. Can you help me? You don't have to give the money to me, call the bursar, give them my student ID, and like, I kid you not, y'all, I would check my account every single day. Balance clear. Hey.
No way.
I'm a alum from Tuskegee, where there's like,
Y'all taking notes?
If I have to upload it, I will. It hasn't been touched in like 2022, that's when I graduated. So like, it's still there. I was sending like a full description of who I am, my grades, so like I don't slack, I don't put in the classroom, I just need help money-wise.
Yeah.
Kid you not, they would call up there, pay my balance. Some, I would reach out to like local people in my city that did like local scholarships, so for those who are easier to get. Hey, I know this is the deadline, do you have any unclaimed scholarship money for me? I'm a first generation college student, I kid you not, money flowing.
Wow.
Tuskegee would literally, I would go into like the financial aid office so much. I guess they used to go so bad. They would literally start like finding like extra scholarship money around that was unclaimed that students didn't know about and start applying scholarships to my account to help me with my balance. So if you want it, go get it. Like I said, when I feel like I wanted to give up, I was gonna post off the beg. Like, here's my grades. What I gotta do? I will work for it.
My sister and she here trying. I'm telling you,
there's a will, there is a way. I didn't come from money, so it's like I have to get here and how to get it. I would literally call my old landlord. I would clean up like houses that people just rented out, like just left or whatever, because he had like a showing the next day. Clean houses for him, a couple $100 here, a couple $100 there. I got creative.
You was grinding.
Oh, grinding.
You was grinding.
I got a degree, and I got a degree, and that's why I didn't have time to really get an internship at first. I didn't get an internship till like my senior year. Didn't really know much about it. I would go home and get a plant job, as my parents did, working 12 hours, sweating. But I would always do that to kind of remind myself, if you don't get that degree, this is going to be your reality. You get what I'm saying? And my mama did that to me when I first graduated high school. She purposely made me work in a plant. She didn't let me get a supervisor job. Because she worked in a plant. See, I'm 3, she had no choice. She's just like, this is going to be you if you don't go get that degree.
Shout out
Mama Felicia.
Mama Felicia.
Get a machine operating crazy with the goggles and the hat. But I was so appreciative that my mama did that. I kind of continued that on my own as well. Every time summer break would come around, I'll force myself to get these plants, stand 12 hours, couldn't sit down, have to lock your phone in a locker. Was like, this is gonna be your reality, Olandria, if you don't go to school and get that degree. And that pushed me to like no other. I would literally come home with swollen ankles from standing up 12 hours a day. I would continue to push myself every single day until I got the degree. So,
wow. I definitely feel like that must have given you like that really deep sense of like grit and that drive that you have now as well.
Exactly. I think so. Little did she know. Mama Felicia gonna be eating good. Mom, Dad too. I was mad at her at the time. Like, girl, what am I doing with this plan? But like, honestly, I kind of sound the vision. She was like, this is my reality. I had no choice because I had kids now, you know? So I was like, okay, when I go to school and play around and keep partying, just going there just for the games, this is gonna be in our reality too. So it's like, I'm gonna keep working until I get to where I wanna be. So I kind of just kept that in mind.
I know that, you know, you've spoken a lot even about affirmations, and I'm sure maybe even during that time, I don't know, you all let us know. Maybe you had some affirmations that you were telling yourself while you were trying to figure out how am I gonna get this tuition paid for? How am I gonna do X, Y, and Z, right? So my question for you is, do you have any favorite affirmations right now for the girls?
No, for sure. Your value is not measured by grades, achievements, and acceptance. Like, you're valuable regardless of all of that. And I really wish I could have told myself that when I was younger. Because it's like, I kind of forgot, I was in such a survival mode as far as like trying to pay for college. I kind of forgot to live a little, like in college. So if you're in college, live. Do what you gotta do. Just enjoy the moment, because you will never get those years back. Look at me, I gotta wait around for home in order to enjoy that. So I kind of just forgot to live in the moment at the time. I was such a grind mode, and especially when December come around, I'm like, oh girl, how you gonna do? What we gonna do now? What we gonna do now? It's like,
flight tickets.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, honestly, live in the moment. Remember who you are. Don't like allow your value to be measured by achievements and grades. You're more than just your grades and your achievements.
Oh,
yeah,
that's a good reminder
as well. So
that's a testament though, because I know at least when I was in college, and I'm a Capricorn by the way.
Capricorns!
Fall sleeve season.
This is my Libra
Keep
best.
it cute, child.
Anyway, I always did feel like, and I'm sure other girls in here can relate, like I felt like I had to have the good grades or I had to be, measured up to a certain degree. I kind of measured my worth based off of my output, right? And I love that, you echoed today that, your worth is your worth. Like, you're fully worthy no matter what you do to say X, Y, and Z, right?
But I have to say though, for you to be sitting here today, I mean, a world of firsts. We're talking about outputs. You were doing the grades, you were grinding. You walked your first New York Fashion Week. We were talking about it. It was like look after look after look after look. First, maybe you can spill the tea with the girls that you want to accomplish.
No, for sure. I definitely want to be an entrepreneur of some type. Want to have my own business, my own brand, or whatever that looks like. I kind of just want to set myself up to have my own legacy. Never really had a legacy to follow because I'm the first in my family to do everything, which I don't know because they can be good, just know. But I kind of just want to set my own self up for success and my kids to come after me. So having my own brand, my own
Kids
business.
after
And
her.
honestly, I'm looking forward to owning my own home someday.
Wait, hold on. Are you staying in Houston? Maybe it's a tea for another day.
Conversation with my manager yesterday.
No way.
So coming soon.
She's a Texas girl.
We're gonna be looking, so we can't wait to hear.
For sure.
We're gonna do a little quick fast round here to end the night. So what is something you're looking forward to?
Honestly, I got some brand deals. I got some brand deals in the pipeline. I'm just super excited for y'all to see me work with these certain brands. So super excited for y'all to see that. What else am I looking forward to? Just progressing in my career. I'm super excited. I had such a great start. I cannot imagine where I will be a year from now. And I got very high hopes for the new year. Just so
She's talking about a year from now, a month from now, we're ready.
Oh yeah. Next few weeks. So nothing on me. Oh, you don't go on TikTok. Girl, I have time too. I'm not see a fraction of what I do. If I'm not on socials, it's because I am actively working. Which y'all see in due time because things come out later or whatever. But it's just like I am so busy. I will get to a point where I can do casual content. Give the girls some time. Y'all keep me busy. Y'all keep me busy. So it's just like,
Hold on, today we saw the sweet green. What was the bag?
it's actually really good. It's actually really good.
Okay, that means a lot.
You see, I'm gonna eat it because I'm not a salad person, so I'm gonna go to sweet green.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get right. That's a jam too.
What have been some of your favorite moments during this journey?
I guess just actively getting to live out my dreams, be a model, see what that's like, be in a runway. Mind you, I'm 5'3". Never thought I would ever touch a runway, which is why my walk was a little crispy. I'm like, girl, why would I practice with it? I never thought I would wear it. I'm 5'3". Obviously, mind you, when I was there, all the models was towering over me. I'm like, dang, you tall. Like, I'm so tiny, so like, obviously, like, being able to model, being able to touch a runway, which I never thought I would ever be able to do, was amazing. Being able to actually experience financial freedom, something I've always wished and been.
I love that you talk about that. It's so important. I love that you talk about that.
Good to be able to be like, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, lots of other years.
Oh, yeah. Being in the neighborhood, sister girl, it's coming, it's coming.
Wow.
So just being able to like kind of just live out my dreams as far as like modeling and experience financial freedom, being able to take care of my people, like that's been like the biggest eye-opener for me as far as this journey.
I don't really have plans for you, babe.
No, but you know Vogue is gonna be coming soon.
Well, call me, please.
Oh my God. I gotta ask you then, what's your dream collab?
Ooh,
Dream big, girl. What's
like publication line?
whatever? What's your dream collab? What's on your card?
Like, okay.
This would be crazy.
I think so. Secret bold for sure.
Yeah.
But obviously, just more than I don't know. I've won a lot of qualifications under my belt. I never thought I'd be here. Hello, I'm the kid out there. So like for me to be here and for the fashion industry to open me with such open arms and for like all these major publications to just be able to just put me out on their socials, I'm like, oh my goodness, who would have thought? Like,
Body team.
She didn't come to play. And it's so funny because one she will always tell me like, they call me Shay at home because my better name is Shay. She's like, Shay, I'm going to tell you now. Because she started seeing how I was feeling out. She was like, you could have a hard time in school. I'm going to tell you why. I'm like, no. Oh my goodness, she was not lying. Oh, like, so a lot of the discourse you see about me now, I've been going through that my whole life. So it's like, body T, but body get you in so much trouble. You're just sitting on the side. You got the fuck.
It's okay. If they ain't popping.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know what? Actually, I'm like, I'm used to it at this point. It's been happening since I was a kid, so it is what it is.
Aw, you know, Olandria, you're such a girl's girl. I feel like your energy, and I know everyone can feel it today. It's just so like, she just gives you like a warm hug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Graceful. You're like big sis vibes. I mean, you are big sis.
I am big sis, literally.
Yeah.
Big sis a lot of you.
I guess what's one final word you want to tell the girls?
Let me see here. That was so beautiful, by the way. Thank you guys so much for coming to support me. Honestly, stay true to who you are. Y'all are some amazing women. Y'all are gonna grow to be amazing women. I love every single last one of you, and I'm so proud of every single last one of you. Keep going. Don't give up. Remember who you are and never forget that. Remember why you're doing what you're doing. Just know I love y'all. I appreciate you guys and keep going. I'm so proud of y'all. Every single last one of you.
Yay! Devonda.
Oh yeah, here you go. You know how we did a video to start? You guys want to do that one?
I'm coming. Okay. You're good.
Yeah. So I'm gonna need y'all to give the biggest energy because we gonna have to show out that fest, right? We gonna have to show out. Alright, we're gonna count down to 3. And we're gonna scream all the tour, okay? Ready? Okay, this is your tour. This is you.
Hi, Devonda.
Butterfly tour. No, we have to like all the tours. Okay, I'm not there. All the tours. Three, two, one.
Yay!
Thank you guys so much. Give her one love. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much. We're gonna walk. Oh, she gotta go back home. She's busy. So I'm gonna walk her out. Y'all will be right.
Don't move, but really quick. Thank you so much.
All right.
Look, they're like, don't get up. That was awesome, you guys. Okay. Let me see. Make this small.
Ethan got delivered like it is split.
Because when it comes to your
Go back. Okay, so I was coming back here so I could show you one more time where you guys can, the people who were just coming in. This is the YouTube channel where I found it. Kinyiva and Ugona. You would go subscribe, get them up to 1,000. They have like all the replay stuff for Nicolandria, for Van Carthen. This is also where we just were able to replay the Nick and Jeremiah Snapchat thing from yesterday. We were able to do that from the same YouTube channel. And so definitely go support the ladies, Kenyeva and Ugona. Okay. Oh. And that was Olandria at the Butterfly Tour as a keynote speaker. We just found out some lovely things about Olandria. She's so humble. I love her. I love her. Be more Olandria. Love ourselves. Listen. She said a lot of good things that we need to remember, just that we can apply to our own life. And I really am thankful that, she's winning. And she said, I feel like a couple of things might have been implied towards who. She did 2 specific things that might have been implied towards other islanders. She mentioned crash out. She said, you don't need to crash out. And we know who a crash out was. And she also said that loyalty is everything to her. And that, to me, is about who and the guy who did the interview, right? Who apologized behind the scenes. But she also is very crystal clear that she's not going to specifically tear down any other woman. She's never going to do that. So we won't hear her say anything about that person directly. What we will be witnessing is her continued success in that person's face, because that's how she gets, that's how she lives. Like, she's not trying to compete with a so-called friend. And you know who I'm talking about, maybe. It did feel a little competitive, like somebody was a little sour grapes, that they weren't as whatever. But I'm glad that she, as always, is full of grace and humbleness, yet confident. And I just really appreciate Olandria. So I hope you guys like that a lot. And over here on YouTube, exactly. That sisterhood was one-sided. Yep. You just hyped their video. Awesome. Nicolandria core love. Yes. Excellent role model for these young women. Yes. And older who are finding their identity. Yes. She deserves a standing ovation of the highest intellectual caliber, no doubt. She is much larger than life. Hey. She's so humble. Yes. That commercial is so good. Yes. Olandria and Nick both want home ownership. Look at that. That's goals. And you guys, she's talking about financial freedom while I have 5 of you in here. She's talking about financial freedom. And I'm so glad that she's using those 2 words together, because financial freedom is very possible at a young age. She's not even 30. She's 27. She won't be 28 till later, because Shelly just turned 28. So she's younger than Shelly. So she's still 27. Nick will be 25 in 6 months, he said. And they both are already looking at financial freedom for themselves, for their families, for their futures. They want ownership. They understand like the pillars of wealth already. And if you don't know, that's also what I do over here in these, for real life. Yeah, that's what I do for the real life too. And I can show you guys different ways on how you can build this type of wealth and also get some other stuff for your families to be protected. So one of the ideal ways is to, I'm actually going to reach out to her, and yeah, because one of the ideal ways to secure financial freedom is, like, let's say she takes one, all it takes is one endorsement check or a mere $500 a month, $6,000 a year. And you can parlay $6,000 a year in your 20s into millions of dollars in your 40s and 50s. From $6,000 a year saved in your 20s, you can parlay that to millions of dollars. You heard Olandria talking about, she's thinking 10, 15 years down the line, right? Because that's retirement age. You're going to need some money when you're young, and you're going to need more when you're old, because everything goes up and down, right? So with some of the ways that you can parlay different levels of income, you can start with as low as, if you only had $3,000, and then you go to $6,000, then you go to maybe $9,000, and then you level out at maybe, I don't know, one illustration I have, the illustration I have for $6,000 is solid. And by the time that person was like in their 40s, they had parlayed into $1 million easy, that you can access tax-free, that grows. You don't get no 1099-G at the end of the year on your growth. You don't get taxed on your growth. It's secure. It's impenetrable by lawsuits, and the IRS can't come for it. Nobody can come for it. And it's all attached to life insurance. That's the only way you can get these tax advantages, is if you attach it to life insurance. And I know, especially in the Black community, we've been kind of given and pushed like term insurance, which, is okay if something happened to you within that term. Obviously, your beneficiaries are getting something. But a lot of Black people like the idea of getting something for their money right now. And life insurance can garner that result. So like, let's say you put in $6,000 a year, right? After 1 year, you'll be able to start accessing some money. It's not an ATM by any means, but you will be able to access that money tax-free while it continues to grow. So these are indexed life insurance accounts, indexed annuity accounts. You could take your money from your 401k that's not performing very well because he keeps announcing tariffs. So the market's up one day, down the next. You roll over your money from a qualified 401k, which has all kind of penalties and fees, and you roll that money into a fixed indexed annuity, and then you're able to access the money when you need it without it having to fill out hardship paperwork. During the pandemic, imagine how many people could have benefited from having a fixed indexed annuity instead of, or in addition to, a 401k, because people went to go crack their 401ks during the pandemic. And let's say you went and asked for $20,000. You're not 59 and a half, so you're going to have to endure the taxes and the penalties before you can access the sum of money. So you go in, you ask for $20,000 because you're not working, you weren't essential, it's endemic, you still got bills to pay, and you come out with $14,000 easy after taxes and penalties and fees, because for you to get to your money, they taxed you, right? Whereas if you take the same types of monthly investments into yourself and tie it to life insurance specifically, then not only do you end up with a tax-free benefit for your beneficiaries. Quincy Jones just left $80 million in benefits for his family. They're going to get that money tax-free. It was attached to life insurance. You see what I'm saying? And then you can parlay other assets into your family trust. You can even put your life insurance in the family trust and pull a Rockefeller, where it becomes a generational financial tool for the entire Van Carthen estate, if you will, in perpetuity. You know what I mean? And then have the trustees live off of those proceeds, tax-free access. Tax-free access. I mean, you don't even have to be a full-on billionaire to access what the billionaires are doing. You just have to understand and learn the different concepts and gain access to the education required, and then compare. Look at them side by side. Look at your 401k side by side with a fixed indexed annuity, and look at what it looks like. Most 401ks don't last, you guys. That's why we see everybody's grandma at the front of Walmart talking about welcome, because that 401k only lasts about 10 years. Are you going to only live 10 years after you retire? No. Hopefully you got another 40, 50 years. People are living longer and longer. 100 is the new 50. So if your 401k is attached to market volatility, so you're losing when he mentions tariffs, if your 401k is going to go up and down with the market, that looks cute. You think, oh yeah, great, we had a $20,000 gain, but when you have a $50,000 loss, you now need 70,000 to make up the 20,000 that you had, along with the 50,000 that, you see what I'm saying? So, but in an indexed account, which is what I have access to, which is what I teach people about, especially young people and Black people a lot, because we've been sold the 401k. We've been sold, oh, just put your money over in Wells Fargo in a CD and get 4%. Yeah, bitch, keep that 4%. Let me tell you about 12%. Let me tell you about compounding 12% annually and how you can take $10,000 and double it every freaking 6 years. Let me show you that. But if you leave your money in your freaking Wells Fargo account, no shade, but all tea, you leave $10,000 in your Wells Fargo account, it's going to take 72 years for that shit to double, because they're not even giving you 1%. Could you use another $10,000 sooner than 72 years? Yeah, you could. And let me show you how. It's in an indexed account. And I love teaching people about this. We'll have a whole nother parlay about this also. But this whole Van Carthen of it all has, it's just the aesthetic of Van Carthen makes you want more than you have for a legacy. You know what I mean? And for her to say financial freedom for her family, for herself, for her children she hasn't even had yet, that's long-term thinking. And these types of indexed accounts are the way to get long-term growth and protection for you and your loved ones, on top of, because it's attached to life insurance, you have a freaking life insurance policy that's growing too, that's worth millions of dollars upon your death, or that you can borrow from in addition to the cash that's accumulating. And that's the family bank style. That's the Rockefeller bank style. Instead of go to Wells Fargo and ask for 10,000 at whatever percent they give and under whatever restrictions they have, so they can report your ass to the place when you don't miss a payment, you can decide that, hey, I want to borrow $100,000 from a life insurance. And you agree to your own terms from yourself at 4%. And you can pay yourself back now, or you don't pay yourself back at all. And then if you die before you pay yourself back, that's no problem, as long as you still had enough life insurance to cover it, right? So let's say I just mentioned $2 million is easy life insurance to get, and you borrow $100,000 from that within the time, you never pay it back. So now the benefits that's going to get passed to your beneficiary is just going to be $1,909,000 instead of $2 million, because you didn't pay yourself back. So there's no loss. All gains, all tax advantages, all your principals are locked. So that's the little last thing I'll tell you about indexed accounts. Don't want to bore you. And some people this is boring, but I could talk about this for 85 hours in addition to everything nicolandria Van Carthen. But another thing that we have to look at is protecting our assets, right? So there aren't too many financial solutions that offer protection other than an indexed account. And how it offers protection is it guarantees. Does your 401k guarantee you shit? Is the word guarantee with your 401k? No. In an indexed account, there are literal guarantees. Let's say you put in 100,000 and the compound does 12% that year. And now you have 100 and you have that extra $12,000 in your account. And now it compounds, and then the market drops. Now, if it's in a 401k, then your principal also drops. The principal is the sum of accumulation in your account, okay? So your principal also drops. In an indexed account, the guarantee is, you guys, does anybody have a drum roll machine? The guarantee is that if it drops, you still have your whole $112,000. But if it was in a 401k, when it drops, you end up dropping too, down to 75,000, 50,000. Right after Old Fool took office, everybody saw a significant dip in their 401k. Significant. If it was tied directly to the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ, there was a significant loss at the beginning of the year in people's 401k retirement plans. Significant. By March, they had seen as much as of a 12% dip in their retirement plan, you guys. That's huge. When the cost of gas and the cost of milk is the same, and then they just had this insurance thing go up, and it's all kind of fuckery out here trying to take you to a poorhouse. An indexed account can save you and your family. Let's say you don't have $500 a month to put away. If you have other like-minded people in your family, you can all put away $500 a month into the same indexed account. So the total is $500 a month. And then you guys put it on paper, make it, get it notarized, make it legal, however you guys need to draw it up on the terms of who can access it and when. But you guys could pool your money together, thus the family bank, and then access it when you need to, tax-free for emergencies within that family group. Okay? There's all kind, and plus the death benefit, plus living benefits. There are living benefits with life insurance these days. Long-term care. Telly Mellencamp, the Real Housewife of Beverly Hills, just said the other day, I have it on tape. She just said the other day she wishes to God she had listened to her friend and got that life insurance when she could have. Because now she has brain cancer. You heard she has the skin cancer and the brain cancer. Now she's uninsurable. Uninsurable. Plus, had she had a living benefit, it would have paid her upon the diagnosis of cancer. It would have paid her hundreds of thousands of dollars upon the diagnosis of cancer. So whatever savings were available to the family wouldn't have to be eaten through. You could have used this living benefit, I'm doing air quotes, they call it living benefits, because you get to access your insurance while you're alive. Same thing goes, not only cancer, if you had like any chronic, critical, or terminal illness diagnosis, you would be able to access your insurance while you're alive so your family doesn't have that financial struggle. They're about to make long-term benefits, specifically long-term care. Watch in your state, wherever you are, it's coming down the pipeline because the state doesn't really want to have to pay for this long-term care stuff anymore. So they want people to have long-term care insurance, which means if something happens to you and you need, let's say you had a stroke, knock on wood. You don't have a stroke, but let's say something like that happened to somebody and they had one, and then you have to go to rehab and you have to take off work. Well, long-term care would pay for that. It would pay for the 24-hour care for that person. It would pay for the rehab for that person. It would pay for a family member to come and take care of that person instead of you having to apply IHSS, in-home supportive services, within your state, and then you have to income qualify for that. And sometimes people are like $3 over and you don't get no help. You see what I'm saying? So insurance can help with a lot of different things. I hate sounding salesy, but I know it's super duper important to at least have burial benefits. People are like, oh, I got my family's had a plot at Johnson & Johnson funeral place forever. Yeah, and then when the family member dies, you still have out-of-pocket fees. Did you know there's a fee for them to get the body, take the body, put the headstone up, take it to the place, type on the headstone? There's all kind of extra fees, you guys. They're like, oh, I have a plot, but there's fees involved with the plot. That's why the funerals can cost upwards of $20,000. And they have people convinced that, oh, you pay this $100 a month for your life and you're taken care of. You're not taken care of. Your family members are going to have to pay for some type of, you guys have experienced that, right? I'm not even talking shit. This is real talk that your families have experienced that, oh, Aunt Becky said she had it taken care of, but you end up having to go do a GoFundMe because the literal burial cost was not covered in that huge burial plan. Isn't that interesting that they'll do that and get you down to the last wire? And now you have to, you see? where you could have just paid that little $30 a month while you were living, get your little burial benefits, so your family members don't have to do a GoFundMe to cover the rest of the expenses. So yeah, so that's just some information on how you can have your own Van Carthen. Yep, to leave a legacy for your kids too, the way that Olandria mentioned. Anyway, we're gonna have a whole Q&A thing. I can answer questions about it and all that. Thanks for the roses. Yeah, but so it's not just about reporting on, this reality show, love show that I love, but it's also engaging and creating discourse and dialogue on how we can up-level our own Van Carthen in us. You know what I'm saying? And create that legacy and financial freedom for our own families too. So that's what I'm going to parlay this platform into, so that we can all partake of the good and plentiful. So let me tell you two more things. So for insurance, that obviously you have to qualify. And to qualify, it's based on your health for insurance, number one. And age, number two. Like if you're over 80, they're not messing with you. But if you're 80 and under, I can help you. And if you're even have just a baby, get a policy on that baby, $1 million baby policy. And instead of a 529, people might have heard of a 529 to set up for college funds, and the grandparents be contributing, having contests, contributing to the 529 plan for the college fund. And that money can only be used on school, you guys. How stupid is that? How stupid is that? So that means if all the money doesn't get used, or the kid decides not to go to school, you guys just lost all that money. Talk about a hustle. Whereas if you did $1 million baby plan and put that money into an index life insurance account on that baby, with you as the owner, as the grandparents contributing to that same fund, not only does it compound it, like let's say 10, 12%, guaranteed zero floor, and it has participation rates where you can get even more. During the pandemic, there was a year where stuff was returning 216%, you guys. That was fucking crazy. So those were some good years. But I mean, and it's still like that right now. You can get some pretty good participation rates, but it's also very volatile, which is why you want something with a guaranteed gain and a zero loss. Okay, so you put this money in a $1 million baby plan, and then let's say the kid wants to go to college, bam, get that money tax-free. Let's say the kid wants to take a year off, a gap year off, and go make films around the world, bam, you can access it. But if it was in a 529, you guys are going to have to come up with that money out of pocket, go to the church and ask in front of the church, do a GoFundMe or something, because 529 is only for the kids' schooling. But in $1 million baby, you can use it for whatever you want. There's also these two new accounts, real quick, that I just heard about. Guaranteed transfer, a UGTA and a UMTA or something like that accounts. The Shark Tank guy was talking about getting these transfer accounts set up for juveniles and investment accounts. And even those don't have the guarantees that I'm talking about, and they don't have the additional benefit of a death benefit. So yeah, you can play or you can be serious, and I can show you how to be serious. Okay, because being Van Carthen, taking things to the next level, means you have to have a team around you, and I can be part of that team as far as your finances. You got to have that team around you, the like minds for long-term strategic. You heard Ola just talk about strategy. She was strategic in her moving. You got to have strategies, structures, and leverage resources. Okay, and I'm going to show you how to do all of that. So it's going to be a great October. And even by the end of the year, you can see some growth happen on these things. Anyway, you guys, thanks for coming through. Over here on the YouTube, smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, and ring my bell. And remember, there's enough to go around, so go get some. I'll see you in the next video. Leave it in the comments. And over here